Hey, how are ya? How's it going? How are things? Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Let's play this. Let's see.
Alright, here goes nothing.
This is Bunk Bed Coffin. Link in the description. You can check them out. Independent digital artist.
I wanna be everything what I am. I try to get away from me if I can.
Don't be rude.
'Cause it's sad to be,
Don't be rude. Don't be rude.
in the mirror and look down in shame.
Don't be rude.
They all want the face on the TV screen.
Now the poor guy, you gotta see this guy. Oh, I don't know what I said.
Don't be rude.
Legalized comedy. Everything's computer.
But somehow
Everything's computer.
I keep on moving. But somehow I'm left there. But somehow
Don't take Tylenol. Died like a dog. Died like a cat. Don't take Tylenol. Don't take Tylenol. Don't take Tylenol. Bye-bye.
That was my remix of Bunk Bed Coffin's Screaming Mime. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me just say, if Bunk Bed Coffin stops by, I'm so sorry. I don't mean, your art is so beautiful, and I do not mean to remix it. But isn't that kind of what the internet's for? You know what I mean? If you like Bunk Bed Coffin, the new grunge, link in the description down below. I gotta make some music again, man.
Don't be rude.
You know, we gotta cut the Don't Be Rude remix. Remember, there was a time where it'd be like this kind of remix. Like, people were just remixing everything. And I want to do the Don't Be Rude remix.
Don't be rude.
I want to do the Everything's Computer, Don't Be Rude remix.
Everything's computer. Don't be rude.
Everything's computer, don't be rude. Everything's computer, don't be rude.
Everything's computer. Don't be rude.
Hey, what's up? What's up? Cool Wizards here. Terrible times. We like the Barnaby Jones song? Barnaby Jones. That's like a new post-grunge pop punk. I don't know what they were calling it. There was this error where Blink 182 gained a lot of steam and traction, and then Blink 182 shattered the pop punk, and we had all these little offshoots, these little Blink recreations, and it was a cool time, man. It was a cool time. There was like Pink Charlotte, Port Charlotte, something Charlotte. There was that Ed Sheeran. What are those guys? They were big. Hold on. Let me look up. Pop, punk. What was the Fall Out Boy? I always think they're Ed Sheeran. Sorry. I don't know why I think Fall Out Boy is multiple Ed Sheerans before Ed Sheeran. They're like Fall Out Boy to me is like the edgy Ed Sheeran, you know, because they were huge. People that I never thought would be, you know, ensourced by Ed Sheeran style lyrics and music. They did. They were Fall Out Boys. Is that what they call their fans? Fall Out Boys? Yeah. The Green Day Blink-182 ushered in that new post-grunge pop punk era. Alright, Fall Out Boy was the name I was looking for. If you would guess Fall Out Boy at home, mark 1 point for yourself. Buddy Ibsen? I don't know what those references are. Alright, there's a lot of news to get to. Melania and Donald Trump are trying to get Jimmy Kimmel kicked off the air again. It's crazy. Why? Why, you ask? Well, because they legalized comedy, man.
Legalized comedy. Everything's computer.
Yeah, they legalized comedy, and it turns out there is one party in America that really hates comedy. They hate it so much. And I'm going to play Jimmy Kimmel's roasting Trump, his alternative White House Correspondents' Dinner for you in full, in its entirety. Because who knows, you know, maybe they'll try to fire him again. I don't know. This is so weird when the government wants to fire a comic. So weird. But I guess that's what MAGA voted for, you know? They wanted free speech for people they agree with and anybody who makes a joke, even though
Legalized comedy.
they did want to legalize comedy. I mean, Roseanne Barr isn't getting fired, and she should be. She should never be allowed to do an HBO special again where she's wearing like overalls and a straw hat or whatever. You know, she should be fired. There's also big news in the world of pesticides. I don't know if you're pro or con pesticides. I don't know where you stand. Are you pro pesticide or are you pro choice? I don't know. But there is big news. And then I'm going to play some of the Russell Brand stuff. There's so many other things. Like Donald Trump went on 60 Minutes immediately after the whole event, the whole circus, the whole Piccadilly circus that went on at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. And he was in PR propaganda override. He was trying to push the corporate narrative that he didn't fall to the ground. Actually, what happened, Trump? Let's let him say it.
I was surrounded by great people, and I probably made them act a little bit more slow. I said, wait a minute, let me see, wait a minute. So, you know, I'm telling guys.
Just at that moment where it looks like you go sort of down with the search, you were telling them to wait.
Well, I know what happened is then I started walking with them. I started walking, and they said, please go down on the floor. So I went down, and First Lady went down also, but we were go down by the agents as I was walking. In other words,
We wanted you almost to crawl.
I was standing up, pretty much. I was standing up and then turned around the opposite direction and started pretty much walking out, pretty tall, a little bent up.
Pretty tall. Notice how, you know, he's like, I was walking out, pretty tall, fist raised, saying, fight, fight, fight like hell. Ketchup all over him. But that was just from him eating a steak.
Over because I'm not looking to be standing too tall, and but I was walking out. It was pretty about halfway there, and they said, "Please go down to the floor. Please go down to the floor."
You know, this all makes the most sense. You know, they're ushering him out. You know, and he's halfway there, And they're like, get down again, get down again. We can't rush you out. No more sounds have been heard, but we don't want to rush you out. Please just get down. That's the logical sequence of events. You know, they come in screaming, everybody get down. He doesn't. Then they're ushering him out, and he stands up pretty tall. Not as tall as, you know, Andre the Giant, but almost that tall. Fist raised in the air, probably screaming, fight, fight, fight like hell. And then, again, they told him, get down. Everybody who saw it looked like he fell. Everybody who's seen this video, the motion picture of this, looks like he fell. Turns out, no. And you can trust this guy. He knew Jeff Epstein. So let's hear that again.
And First Lady went down also, but we were asked to go down by the agents as I was walking. In other words,
They wanted you almost to crawl.
I was standing there.
Yeah, now they said, buddy, get down, do some planks, and I want a military crawl. I want you to military, you know, because anytime the president's in danger, they would like him crawling to safety. That's usually the quickest way out. Why would you consider anything else? You know, he was standing up. They could have just rushed him. They could have covered this 5 feet, not even. They could have covered this 2 feet in like 4 steps and got him out of sight. But instead, they were like, oh, 2-step shuffle, sir. Hit the deck. This all makes a lot of sense. This is totally... I mean, it's early, right? It's early. Why would your brain be on? You know, he was sitting here, and he took 2 steps, standing very tall, like a Proud Boy. Fist raised, I'm just guessing. Screaming, fight, fight, fight. Fight like hell, boys. And then they said... hit the deck again. Then they said, no, just kidding. Hit the deck. Go down. He didn't trip. Guys, he didn't trip. He was doing what he was told. Okay? Very trustworthy.
Pretty much. I was standing up and then turned around the opposite direction and started pretty much walking out, pretty tall, a little bent over because I'm not looking to be standing too tall. And but
there was a Too Short reference in there, but I'm just gonna let him finish.
I was walking out. It was pretty about halfway there, and they said, "Please go down to the floor."
Halfway there, you see the distance he's covering. He's not running the mile. You know, this isn't trying to get him a stretch to the limo. This isn't going all the way down the red carpet. This is turn around, take 4 steps, and you're gone. So it only makes sense that, you know, after 1 step, he didn't trip and fall. He's not a fat oaf. A lot of people are saying that. A lot of people are saying he's a fat oaf who fell because he can't drink water, walk upstairs. Why could he, like, get behind a curtain in 2 steps? No. A lot of people are saying that, and me and Donald, Jeffrey Epstein's best friend, sorry, we're here to dispel those rumors. He didn't fall. He was standing tall, not too short. He was standing tall, and these guys, these chodes, were like, get back down and crawl the fuck out of here. That's going to be the quickest exit.
Well, please go down to the floor. So
I think he's not saying this, but I think everybody's saying they were screaming, stop, drop, and roll. Stop, drop, and roll. Do you remember that when you were a kid? I think that's what happens is that what you do in this kind of emergency? I don't know. It's been a long time, but I'm pretty sure they said, stop, drop, roll.
I dropped to the floor, so did the First Lady.
He dropped it like it was hot. He neglected to say that, you know.
What was your thought at that moment? What did the First Lady say?
Well, I don't know. She was far behind me, and I was just trying to get the fuck out of there. Oh, wait, sorry.
Well, my thought was, I've been through this before a couple.
Have you ever had anybody have such disregard for their concubine? What is she to him? Cheated on wife, expectant widow? I don't know. Have you ever heard anybody have such a disregard for their concubine as Donald Trump has? What was her thought? I don't know. I was like, I've been through this. We know. Stop, drop, roll. Shuffle. Stop, drop, roll. Shuffle. He's like, I got the strong, attractive men taking care of me. I'm fine.
Couple of times, and she has not, to this extent.
She asked you what she was thinking in the moment, and he's like, I couldn't tell you. I was far away from her. We'll get back to this. We'll get back to this. This is hilarious because you see Donald Trump. Nowhere do you see other people cutting off Melania because Melania was sitting right there. He didn't. What loose translation. The AI. Hold on. Let me read the AI summary. The AI summary of this video is Donald Trump did not ask what his wife was thinking, did not care what his concubine was thinking, nor does he show any reflection of giving a shit. He knew that the handsome secret security boys were there to whisk him like goddamn Kevin Costner and Whitney Houston, whisk him away. And that's it. I mean, again, listen to the question and then listen to the beginning of the answer. He's like, I don't know. I've been through this before. Why are you asking about her? I'm okay.
Pretty much. I was standing up and then turned around. The floor, so did the First Lady.
What was your thought at that moment? What did the First Lady say?
Well, my thought was,
What did the First Lady say? Well, my thoughts were, no. What did she say? Two lovebirds. What did she say? Well, I don't know. My first thought was, I've done this before.
I've been through this before a couple of...
I've been through this before a bunch. This is like a regular thing, polling goes low, we do this. But I don't know. She was shocked. I couldn't tell you. Have you seen her? Is she okay? Does she make it out? Like, this is the party of family values. Sir, how was your wife during the whole thing? He's like, I don't know. My thoughts were, been there, done that. I was like Nike, just do it. I dropped it like it was hot, and me and these fucking hot boys were out of there. This is hilarious. What's up, Caterpillar's End? Or Control, Plurs, End. I always read it as Caterpillar. What's up, Frankenberry, Primal Screams? How many concubines is too many? Epstein. That's the answer. Would you have criticized JFK for the direction his skull went? People have for decades. Zapruder film, right? And all I can say is if JFK had this the Epstein Memorial Ballroom, that would have never happened. That's the new right-wing grifting point. Give me my money, bitches. Deep State Palantir, give me my money. Because if JFK, let me say this very clearly so Palantir can get this on record. I would like my money. How do I collect? If JFK only had the Epstein Memorial Ballroom, which Donald Trump is trying to build right now, that would have never happened to JFK. If Abe Lincoln had gone to the theater inside the ballroom, that would have never happened. If McKinley had never, where was he? Whatever. If he had the ballroom, never happened. If Martin Luther King Jr. had a ballroom to stay in, would have never happened. Malcolm X, Che Guevara, if they only had a ballroom in that South American country they caught him in. You guys getting it? Now give me my money, Ben Shapiro. Give me my money. Give me your Wilkes Brothers fracking oil money now. Because I said the thing that you guys don't know what I'm talking about. We're going to get to that news too. We're going to get to that news too. If you're wondering why every right-wing grifter influencer is tweeting the same thing right now, is because this dumb bimbo who popped out an autistic baby from Elon Musk, it's my best guess, exposed their whole grift. I'll play some more audio from her. But that's why they're all aligning. You can read it. Go ahead. Take your time. I've already seen all this shit on Twitter. But somebody put a fascinating little piece together of how this is like a very conscripted fucking conjoined fetus way of like paying all these Fruit Loops, to be wealthier than you and not care about the price of gas right now. They're paying them enough to not care about the price of gas while also trying to be a psyop, a psychological operation against MAGA to convince them that, like, yeah, man, if JFK only had a ballroom, he'd still be alive. Who do you love? If Jesus only had a ballroom, they would have never crucified the man. you know? And then we would be Dr. President Jesus. If you're wondering why suspiciously everybody at the same fucking time thought the same thing and then said it the same fucking way on the Elon Musk social media known as Twitter, it's because they're all in like a group chat where they're like, oh, okay, I'll tweet that for money. Yeah, no problem. Dude, pay me my money. I don't have to worry about the price of gas. That's like how fucking MAGA politics works. And there's dummies out there. Believing this. That are like, yeah, man, if JFK just had a fucking ballroom, world would be different. Okay, we're gonna pause President Epstein for a minute, and I want to play, and we'll get back to this. There's a whole thing on this. There's a whole new video. She made another video that's Elon Musk's concubine. I don't know how many he has. He has a lot. He does have a lot. He has a lot of concubines and like 15 kids or something. Which is amazing that on Christmas morning he was emailing Epstein like, yo, what's hot today? That's a real email that Elon Musk sent to Jeff Epstein on 11 a.m. Christmas morning. The dude has so many children, and he was like, yo, I need a break from this Christmas bullshit. Some people and some poor people worship him. So we'll get to that, but we're going to get to this audio. It's amazing. Through history, I didn't get to witness the I'm not a crook, but we knew how that worked out. He was a crook. Turns out hindsight showed us he was a crook. He was. So it's fascinating that we're living in the I'm not a pedo timeline, you know? Like history, like there are going to be kids looking back, it's incredible. All those people put on red hats to identify that they supported the pedo. You know, like history is not going to look kindly on you people. And that's okay. You voted for the worst fucking health expenditures versus life expectancy in the history of the world. That's what you voted for. You voted for concepts of a healthcare plan. So I can't blame you. You know, anybody who would vote against themselves being able to fucking see a doctor, you shouldn't trust them with big decisions or tying their own shoes. I don't know. Okay, this is absolutely brilliant. Jimmy Kimmel did an alternative White House Correspondents' Dinner. Because if you don't know, the Correspondents' Dinner was like all of the corporate autocracy just capitulating, you know, just allowing Trump to be the grown-up toddler that he is and, like, you know, have fun and no jokes made at him. Remember, I played Obama for you, being like, Donald Trump's, he's got a wide breadth of a resume the other night on Celebrity Apprentice, you know, like they just lampooned him because he's a fucking poon. So because Jimmy Kimmel does not believe in capitulating to the president and that the president should have thin skin or a thicker skin than the thin skin he does have, he held, just like MAGA held, an alternative Super Bowl halftime show featuring lip-syncing Kid Rock. There's so many staged things in MAGA. Like, there's no reality whatsoever. It's just all whatever they say, they just believe. They even have to create alternative timeline Super Bowl shows. Like, this is fucking crazy. I just want you to consider that, you know? Like, in the future generations, if they even exist, we'll have to look back and be like, why were these people so sensitive they had to have their own halftime show? Like, what the fuck is that? That's literally the kid who didn't get invited to the party being like, I'm actually having a better party. You idiots are going to the wrong one. It's such a temper tantrum. So, in jest, Jimmy Kimmel hosts the alternative White House Correspondents' Dinner. And it is this is where you know Jim Kim, which I hope people call him. Jim Kim has some professional writers. Listen to this. I'm just playing it. I might pause it here and there, but I am playing it. And he cuts, just so you know, this is the image that he's presenting, but it cuts to, like, you know, Trump in the crowd Marco Rubio, all the greats. Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Welcome to the 2026 White House Correspondents' Dinner. Look at you all dressed up in formal wear, dresses, tuxedos. I haven't seen this much black since every page of the Trump-Epstein files. We're going to have fun tonight, and I'm happy you decided to stay, Mr. President. And don't worry, if we bruise your ego, it'll only make your hands look less disgusting. Now, the president didn't want me to tell any jokes about him tonight, but he also didn't want to pay me $130,000 to shut up. So here we are.
Good Stormy Daniels joke. Starting off fire.
Sorry, Mushroom.
They show ice.
Baby ice.
Vanilla
By the
ice.
way, in the unfortunate event that our president has a medical emergency tonight, do we have a doctor in the house? Do we have a Jesus in the house? I always confuse them too. I get why you think you're Jesus. This guy, every time he walks into a room, people say, Christ, he's back. You're looking good though, Mr. President.
The cutaways to Donald Trump are so funny. I wish I could play the whole video. Hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. By the way, I'm only supported by viewers like you. Thank you, Shrouded, whatever your name was from yesterday, for the super chats, or you become a member. You support the show because you can clearly know that I still believe we should
Legalize comedy.
And when somebody tells you to,
Don't be rude.
I go down the list of things that Donald Trump has said to people, like, Quiet Piggy. And I just know that one day,
As God is my witness, if we lose the midterms and we lose 2028, some in this room are going to prison, myself included.
I don't know why they didn't do a standing ovation. When Steve Bannon said he's going back to prison, I fucking stood up and cheered. So yeah.
Who did your makeup? Kraft Singles? As the president will tell you repeatedly until you beg him to stop, President Trump has accomplished so much during his second term. He passed new incentives for oil and gas. He put the brakes on solar and wind. That will be your legacy, sir. Breaking wind and passing gas. I do have to ask, though, why do you hate windmills so much? Is it because they can still get turned on by being blown? Marco knows what I'm talking about. He's been...
Yo, this is good roast material. I'm like, I don't care what people think about Kimmel. I like Kimmel, man. That is quality craftsmanship writing right there. And it gets better. It gets better. Wait, we'll get to the part. I'll pause it at the part where Melania Trump has called for the disbarring of the Comedians Law Association of Timothy Kimmel.
there. But I do want to praise the poetess. Look how far you've come. 30 years ago, you were just some rich guy on Jeffrey Epstein's private jet out of Teterboro, but you worked hard, you stayed friends, you shared some wonderful secrets, and because of that, you were able to fly on that plane 7 more times. Dreams really do come true. Am I right? Dog the Bounty Hunter? We miss you so much. And of course, our First Lady Melania is here. Look at Melania, so beautiful. Mrs. Trump, you have a glow like an expectant widow.
You have a glow like an expectant widow. Holy shit. And then the events at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. This is fucking hilarious. That is such a good joke. That is such an unexpected hint of truth, in jest fucking joke. That is brilliant. He'll take credit for it because there's a lot of heat on that. He'll never say the writer that did it. Good on you, Jimmy. But that is fucking top level comedy. That is a comedian functioning on all 28 cylinders or whatever it is. And Melania is livid. I have some audio out of the White House. What did Donald Trump say about this?
Don't be rude.
Whoa. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Oh my God. He said, don't be rude.
Here's the thing. I know nothing about it because I'm too busy doing the other.
You do know about it. You do. Let's continue on. Glow like an expectant widow. Why can't people just fucking appreciate good comedy? Like, I thought the whole F Your Feelings crowd, the everything's PC, You can't say anything anymore. Did that only pertain to the R word and Joe Rogan?
Legalize comedy.
What happened to that marching cry?
You know, Melania's birthday is on Sunday. That's right. She's planning to celebrate at home the same way she always does, looking out a window and whispering, "What have I done?" As you're all aware, Melania is a movie star now. Her documentary had a score of 10% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is a website named after her husband's testicles. And I want to congratulate you,
Rotten Tomatoes, a website named after Trump's testicles. Take that one with you. Share it with friends. You know, crack that one out when you're picking out a movie and someone says, "Oh, look at the Rotten Tomatoes score." You're gonna, you know, that was named after Donald Trump's testicles. This is a good one to take home and share.
Madam First Lady, on your huge accomplishment, the world's first motionless picture. And that, oh, by the way, before we go any further, Melania, this is Donald. Donald, this is Melania. That was my impression of Jeffrey Epstein.
That was my impression of Jeff. This should go in the fucking National Archives. That's where this roast should go. This is probably better than when Donald Trump did the original Comedy Central roast. This has to be better. Because, you know, at the time they weren't working with all that Epstein material.
I do have an important announcement, and I'm sorry to say it's bad news. JD Vance is here. It's hard to get JD to come to an event like this. He's a real homebody. His wife had to peel him off the couch. And that reminds me, please do not get up from your seats during the performance because the vice president will them.
Imagine
Oh, shut the fuck. I hate these. Everything is AI. Imagine if AI was in your pocket. You could just do AI stuff. Oh my God. Enough. Fucking AI everywhere. I hate AI.
A group of patriots. Oh, look at who we have here. Stephen Miller. Which one of you said his name 3 times? Stephen Miller is so racist. The reason he went bald is because his hair was black. Stephen Miller puts the cyst in white supremacist. He's like if baby Hitler traveled in time to kill us.
This is fucking Chef's Kiss 6-star Michelin comedy. That's what this is.
Oh, hey, man. What's happening? Congrats on getting all your guns back, sugar tits.
They cut to Mel Gibson in the audience.
So many stars are here tonight. Mel Gibson, Rob Schneider is here, Kanye is with us, Roseanne is here, the whole cast of Who Used to Be a Millionaire is here. If anyone starts any trouble, fear not, because FBI Director Kash Patel is standing by. Waitress, can we get Kash a vodka soda and a booster seat, please? You know, Trump announced that he wants to reopen Alcatraz, and Kash was like, "You had me at Alca."
You had me at Alka. That's an old joke, but that's good.
I'm not saying Kash Patel has a problem, but his designated driver is Pete Hegseth. Pete, the accelerator is the one on the right, the brake is up. Oh, you know it. Okay. Pete's hair has more oil in it right now than the Strait of Hormuz. And don't worry about the Strait. Pete has a plan. I know that for a fact. His wife accidentally butt-texted the plans to me. There you go. Later on, Pete's going to read us a Bible passage from Pulp Fiction, so stick around. But Pete's working hard to keep our country safe, and RFK Jr. is working out to make us healthy again. Bobby Kennedy, this is a crazy story. So years ago, he wrote in his diary that he pulled his car over to the side of the road to carve the penis out of a raccoon. His whole family was in the car, and his son asked him, "Dad, why did you do that? Why did you chop the penis off a dead animal?" And he looked at his son and he said, "Because I'm a psychopath." Now get out of this car and go get measles. Hey, speaking of psychopath sons, how about a round of applause for Eric and Don Jr. who are here tonight? Hey, guys. What's up? If there's time, maybe I can introduce you to your father later on, huh? So Don Jr. and his fiancée just had their bridal shower at Mar-a-Lago, and the rumor is that their wedding might happen at the Lighthouse, which, wouldn't that be amazing? We could see a Donald Trump get married and a Donald Trump get divorced in the same building. The wedding will be just like Don Jr.'s veneers, big and white. I don't know what you're laughing about. When Eric was born, he was so ugly, his father asked Pam Bondi to redact his name from the birth certificate. Eric, I'm so sorry you were able to make it tonight, but you look great. You look like an elbow with a face on it.
That's a good old
Tickets to
one.
this event were very difficult to get. Not everyone was invited. Christy Nome isn't here, but actually her husband is. And where is her husband? Where is he? Oh, there he is. Oh, no, wait, I'm sorry. That's Marjorie Taylor Greene. But I get why Christy stayed home. If my husband had tits like that, I wouldn't leave the house either. All right, I'm almost out of time. Brendan Carr has given me the light. Brendan Carr is the head of the FCC. Back in September, he tried to get my affiliates to throw me off the air. He said we could do this the easy way, hard way. Same thing he said to Lindsey Graham 10 minutes ago in the all-gender restroom. By the way, where is Lindsey Graham? I know he's here. I saw his Little Mermaid bubble wand in the coat check. Can someone please ping Lindsay on Grindr? Oh, there you are, you sexy little warmonger. What a night. You guys have been so great. And in all seriousness, I do want to thank the president. We are the hottest country in the world right now, and that's all because of you, sir. You truly are the goat and a monkey and a pig. You made America great again, and you made comedy great again. And that is why I'm very proud to announce the winner of the inaugural Burger King of Comedy Gold Award goes to none other than our president, Donald J. Leno Trump. Congratulations, sir, and thank you.
That was fucking amazing. That was so good. Hold on. We'll get back to the president. We'll get back to him. But before we do, I want to play this because he referenced RFK Jr. Hold on. Let me get my RFK Jr. I'll get my RFK Jr. for you. This is how I like to see him walking around all the time. He's a real man's man. He's a real man's. This is his raccoon D attire. This is what he's rocking. And he was, I don't know, loosely questioned by some senators. And just, I guess, like, when you're in that powerful position and you have all the money from your dead Kennedy family, you don't have to be a serious person. Here we go.
Reach historic highs under President Trump. Do these high grocery prices make it easier or harder for families to eat fresh, healthy foods?
I would say that beef has dropped by 1% in the last quarter.
And look, beef prices are up 20%. Banana.
I would say you don't have to be. This is the thing about MAGA and what's going on in politics. Like, we have the internet. I'll prove it to you later when Donald Trump makes a wild claim. Like, you can go to the grocery store and see if beef is down 1%. All of us are, well, maybe not all of us are buying food. We know it's not cheaper. So people who do not grocery shop for themselves, who probably never have in their life, are just saying random shit that doesn't even make sense on its face. Beef is down 1%. No, it's not actually. It's up 20%.
Banana prices are up nearly 7% since President Trump took office. Cheese prices are up 6%.
So bananas are up, cheese is up, beef is up. What is this lady making? A beef banana cheeseburger? What the fuck is going on? And Kennedy just doesn't have to answer. No accountability.
Again, when groceries get more expensive, easier or harder for families to afford the very healthy foods that you want them to eat?
Well, there's also, you can eat beef, you can eat poultry, you can eat fish, and beef is...
That wasn't the question. You know what I mean? Like, when groceries go up, does it get harder for families to buy food? You can eat beef, you can eat fish, you can eat what you want. You can eat green fish, blue fish, red fish, two fish, green eggs and ham. This guy doesn't have to say anything, and we're just allowing this? Like, make no fucking mistake. He doesn't get punished for lying. In fact, he gets to keep his job, and he's one of the most well-paid in the administration. This is a joke. I don't know why people are like just allowing this. I don't get it. I don't get why the senators are allowing it. Like, this is disgraceful.
Well, there's only, you can eat beef, you can eat.
That wasn't the question. The question was, is it harder for them to buy groceries if prices go up? It's a very simple thing. I guess a guy who has never had to buy groceries wouldn't understand the concept of that. And he's just like, well, you can eat all of the things.
You can eat poultry, you can eat fish, and beef is, the price of beef is dictated by the size of the herd.
Oh, yeah. The price of beef is the president's thing. I know he ran on lowering prices, but now it's about the size of the herd. You've always heard the size of the herd. It's the motion of the ocean.
Herd dropped.
If it's, look, you're not answering, but obviously if the
I would have stopped him way before he got to herd of cattle. But thank you, Senator.
food is more expensive.
President Trump for something that he didn't do.
Well, let's,
You're blaming my king.
let's take a look at this image. Did you post this image in 2024 about grocery prices being too high?
I don't recall.
Well, you did post it. That's your.
He's like, I do a lot of slop posting at midnight. I don't know. You can't hold me responsible for everything I'm putting on the internet. I just said the other day that you should be drinking raw milk with Kid Rock, so who fucking knows? Who really gives a shit anymore? I got my money and my power, and I'm funneling all the glyphosate to the Bayer Monsanto people. I did my job for the good old Orange King. Like, he fucking doing this one and a half years ago, you know, for the propaganda, to be like, vote for the Orange King. And now they're like, bro, since this fucking tweet, beef is up 20%. He's like, well, you could eat beef or fish or cattle or the size of the herd. Who accepts this? Which one of you? Show yourself. Which one of you accepts this? What's up, Sardion? Shy Pixie? Good to see you. Who accepts this? Who? I know there's some of you in here. Who accepts this? Okay, consumer protection, bad name? Bad name? Bad name? His comment is great. This guy just sits in front of a camera. That's all I do? That's it? Huh. I wonder what this guy does. I wonder what this guy's doing. So consumer protection is one of the people that's like, you can eat beef, you can eat fish. Prices are down 1%. No, they're not. They're up 20%. Everybody has to go to the store to eat food. We're not fucking done. This isn't one of the things you could be like, no, man. It's really cheaper. It's really cheaper.
That's your handle up there, and it's and
He's like, I don't know if that was me. They're like, that's. Hold on, let me bring the tweet back up. They're like, isn't that your handle at the top of this tweet? Who knows? Who knows? There's a lot of Robert Kennedy Jr.'s going around.
I agree that grocery prices were too high in 2024, but under President Trump, they have skyrocketed even further. So now let's go to.
He should have broke out the old 600% off thing. You know, that's a fucking. That's a Pandora's box nobody can close. No, you don't understand. If they were up 600% in 2024, Donald Trump took them back down 400%. That means they're only up 20%. That's MAGA math. It's like the MAGA makeover. They've got everything their own. You know, they really just fucking want to live. I say we give them the South back. You know, let's try that whole thing again. We're just like, you guys go to Florida, you know, and just fucking stay there. And let Donald Trump do whatever he wants to you guys. RFK, Palantir, Peter Thiel, Alex Karp. Like, you guys all go to Florida and let them make the rules for you, and we'll try socialism. You cucks.
An updated version of this post. Will you post this? The most expensive vehicle.
No, because President Trump actually brought down grocery costs for most of his term. I think there's been a raise recently in the price of everything.
Look,
did I catch a niner in there? RFK Jr.? They just asked him if he would tweet this with an updated date, 2025, 2026. And he was like, I'll just say 600% off, niner.
families are facing.
Where is the Kennedy curse? Is it Is it not like a thing anymore?
Historic prices at the register. You don't need to be a Secretary of Health and Human Services to know that. You don't need to be a United States Senator to know that.
That's what I've been saying. You don't have to be. You don't have to. But I would just, in defense of Robert KJ, in defense of Robert Kennedy Jr., he's never been into a grocery store. Like, you guys gotta, do you even take that into account? Billionaires don't go to grocery stores. Oh, you think they're pushing a shopping cart like you and I? No, I'm sorry. They have peasants to do that work. Okay? They have lowly paid people that are not allowed to look at them in the eyes or speak to unless they're spoken to, that go and do this shit for them. They don't know. That's why they're like, I don't know, I think it's down 1%. 1%. No, sir, it's up 20. And any dumb fool that has to buy food to live knows this.
People in New Hampshire, the people across this country know that because they go to grocery stores today. And the fact that you either don't know it or you don't want to admit it just shows how.
Why didn't I? This is how I'm redoing. Oh wait, was there a super chat? Oh shit, sorry. This is how I'm redoing the process for these people to be appointed. I'll show you in a second. Oh, who did a super chat? It disappeared. Oh, no, there it is. Sorry. Little Scorpion Tween. Super chats are 600% off today. Guys. Little Scorpion Queen is letting us all know super chats are 600% off. So if you donate $600. That was a good one, Scorpio Queen. I love that math. Although they don't like that math at the supermarket. They don't. You're like, can you take this 600% off? They don't like that math when you're going to get a prescription. You're like, can I have it for 600% off? And you pay me. Okay, my new process to vet all of these people who want to have positions like RFK Jr. Question number 1. When is the last time you went to the grocery store? Question number 2. Let me see your receipt. Question number 3. Film yourself at the grocery store. No more short films at Kid Rock's private sauna in his house next to his indoor pool. Not in ground. It's in ground, but it's an indoor in-ground pool. I showed you that video. I think those are the vital questions now. I mean, that should be questions for presidents, you know? When a president, Donald Trump, is on the campaign trail and he's like, grocery, I think I made that word up. It's an old-fashioned word. I really think somebody should do their due diligence and just say, sir, when's the last time you went to the grocery store? What grocery store did you go to? And what did you buy and how much was it? Because anybody right now can tell you what the fuck they paid for milk or whatever they ate. Like RFK said, you could eat chicken, fish, beef, but the beef is dictated by the herds. There wasn't a lot of that talk. There wasn't a lot of RFK Jr. Hold on, let me show you what he looks like again. There was not a lot of RFK Jr. during the Biden administration telling you that prices of beef might be expensive, but it's dictated by the herds. Let me see if I can get back to him.
These prices.
You can eat poultry, you can eat fish, and the price of beef is dictated by the size of the herd. The herd dropped the lowest.
Man, you know, where was that rhetoric with Biden? Where was that? I just want to know, like a year and a half ago, when he was tweeting the most expensive vehicle today is the shopping cart. You know, why wasn't he saying the most expensive fucking vehicle is the cow and the size of the herd they travel in? You don't hear, you know, it's a weird about face he's doing. It's a weird about face. And who knows why? Who knows why? Is he compromised? I don't know. You tell me. He looks like a strong boy. He looks like someone Joe Rogan would trust. Milk is like a minimum. I don't know where you're getting. Are you talking about a half gallon of milk? Like the real shit milk? I haven't seen milk for $3 and, you know. We're talking $6 a gallon. Easy street. What's up, Dusty? Good to see you. Oh, thank you, Sir John. 5 memberships. Awesome. Amazing. 600% off today. on all memberships. We're doing MAGA math today, folks. 600% off. Okay, we're gonna get to the effort happening. But let's see if we can get to this audio. This was fucking hilarious. Did you guys watch the 60 Minutes? I don't know how he did this so fast. You know what I mean? Like 60 Minutes, isn't that on Sunday night? Is today Monday? I don't know what day it is. 60 Minutes is Sunday night, and this happened Saturday night. It's really incredible. To all the people who are like, oh, this guy just talks on camera all day. It's really incredible how much little work this administration does, but they are out there making videos, memes, doing interviews right after these White House correspondence things that are going on, these suspicious activities. To all the people who are like, you think that's like the point where I'm like, I'm packing it up, guys. Somebody said I'm just talking on a live stream. Again, I'm like, man, what I'm doing is very presidential. I'm very Joe Rogan right now. Like, maybe they don't understand how humans communicate and the messaging and the propaganda and all the shit that fucking is coming out of this varmint's mouth. But if you didn't see the 60 Minutes, I watched all of it. Unfortunately, there's a lot of just toddler babble. Just toddler babble. That's all that comes out of the president's mouth. But this was an interesting part.
And he also wrote this: I'm no longer willing to permit a pedophile, rapist, and traitor to coat my hands with his crimes. What's your reaction
Well,
to
I
that?
was waiting for you to read that because I knew you would, because you're horrible people.
Or it was in the manifesto. I would say that's a key. I would say that's a key thing in the manifesto which we read yesterday. And I don't know, maybe don't do that stuff if you don't want people. Maybe if you don't want people to say it, maybe shouldn't have been best friends with Jeff Epstein for all those years. Interesting time we're living in. I will just admit that. I always thought the 60s and 70s were cool because they had the hippie and yippie movement and the Black Panthers and all the counterculture stuff. And then, the president was coming out going, I'm not a crook, doing that whole bullshit. Because what else is he going to say? I'm a crook, I don't know how to break this to you, America. But people have to come out and say that. They can't be like, that's what I am. Because then charges and you know what I mean. Like they're protecting their own ass here, and we knew that. That's why what's his name, Ford, just gave him a pardon. He was like, you're excused, go disappear. So it's very interesting that this is our generation. We need a new hippie movement, man. We need a new hippie movement. Black Panthers are back. Panther Party. We got a lot of good movements happening. Join up with one. Join up. Connect with one. But we need it, the hippies. I guess because they were a loosely organized alternative medicine kind of counterculture movement. That there was no real leader. You don't, in a herd of cats, there's no real leader. We're all kind of doing their own thing.
Horrible people. Yeah, he did.
Hold on, let me start this from the beginning because this is hilarious that they have to read this to the president because again he's alleged to have done the most heinous things in the Epstein files. That's why they haven't released them all and they're breaking the law against that. But this I hope Jimmy Kimmel's thing goes into the National Archives and I hope this 60 Minutes go into the National Archives because this is historic. You have the president being like, God damn, why'd you have to read that part of the manifesto? I don't know, because he was like, I can't get my hands dirty. But it gets better. It gets better. I don't like to credit the corporate media often, but this is one case where Norah O'Donnell fucking judo. You don't know him. She did some judo right here, some verbal judo. Ready?
And he also wrote this: I'm no longer willing to permit a pedophile, rapist, and traitor to coat my hands with his crimes. What's your reaction to that?
Well, I was waiting for you to read that because I knew you would, because you're You're horrible people. Horrible people. Yeah, he did write that. I'm not a rapist. I didn't rape anybody.
Oh, do you think he was referring to you?
Excuse me.
She goes, "Oh, you think he was referring to you?" Nora O'Donnell goes, "Oh, you think? Oh, you thought he was talking directly to you?" Fucking give that. What is the Mark Twain Award? Is that the award comedians get? Give Nora O'Donnell the Mark Twain Comedic Award. Give her the Comedy Central Lifetime Achievement Award just for that comment. Oh, Oh, you thought he was addressing you? Oh, that's telling. I mean, go on.
I didn't rape anybody.
E. Jean Carroll? E. Jean Carroll, anyone?
Oh, do you think he was referring to you?
Excuse me. I'm not a pedophile. You read that crap from some sick person.
It's the... It's not the Epstein files that are sick. It's the person who's writing the manifesto about it. Paul instantly recognized it was himself. This is, again, like, I could have this. I wish somebody, you remember how they did the How Is the Dow song? I wish somebody would remix this into a song, because I could hear this all day long, son. Yeah, he's like, "I'm not a rapist. I'm not a pedo." And she's like, "Oh, you thought, oh, he didn't list any name. You thought he was talking to..." Go on.
I didn't rape anybody.
E. Jean Carroll?
Do you think he was referring to you?
Excuse me.
He's like, excuse me. I gotta put these accusations to rest. They're following me for decades." She goes, "Oh, you thought he was talking to you?" This is the pedo says what? He's like, what? This is one of the oldest jokes in the history of man, where you don't say somebody's name and you list a bunch of accusations against them, and they go, "I'm not that." I mean, I just want you to think, anytime you've been accused of something outlandish too, like you come home and your roommate's like, "Oh, out getting banana colonics again." And you're like, "I'm sorry?" Like your reaction would be like puzzlement. You'd be befuddled. You wouldn't immediately be like, "I do not get banana colonics. I am not a banana colonic getter. I do not know where to get the banana colonics down at the strip mall if you ask for the banana colonic ending." Like, those are not your practice responses. This is the greatest fucking audio. And this was on 60 Minutes. Poor guy. All he wanted to do was push for his ballroom, which he's going to get to do in a little bit. I'll play that for you. But this old poor pedo, all he wanted to do was go on TV, said if JFK had had a ballroom, none of that would have happened. If Ivanis Levia had a ballroom, none of that would have happened. If Jesus Christ had a ballroom, none of that would have. That's all he wanted to do. He wanted to stand, say, "Fight, fight, fight." And he's now got to be this meme. A presidential, I'm not a pedo. By the way, I know this video ain't getting monetized, so share it. Hit like, hit subscribe. You can, whatever. But this is too good. This is historic. This is his fucking Nixon Watergate right here. I'm not a pedo. And then Nora O'Donnell. This is the worst part about this section of history. Not for us. Not for us. Maybe the MAGAs in the house. But for Donald Trump, he has to, at one point, we all shovel loose this mortal coil. We all kick up dust, giving a we're all going to be pushing up daisies at some point. And what will be left is the books, the music, the art we've created. And everything else turns to dust and is corroded, And this is one of the pieces that his great, great, great cyborg Elon Musk impregnated grandchildren will have to listen to. And I can only hope it becomes a meme, a sticker, a t-shirt, a folk song. You know what I mean? Like, what's his name? The folk singer now? Jesse something. Jesse Wells. Jesse Wells. You should do a song about this. You know, make it last in infamy.
You're horrible people. Horrible people. Yeah, he did right.
Yeah, those are the horrible people. The horrible people that are asking the questions about it. That's the horrible. You see how this is bizarro world? He's like, it's very horrible that people would say those things about the things that we all did behind closed doors at Jeffrey Epstein's house, and we're not going to release the files, but it's horrible people that you would continue to bring that up.
Right, Dad. I'm not a rapist. I didn't rape anybody.
Do you think he was referring to you?
Excuse me.
I'm sorry. I can't get enough of this. This is so. I'm not a graper. First to say not, didn't do it. Not. And Nora O'Donnell Jones, or whatever her name is. Nora. Let's just call her name. It's like, I didn't read a name. There was no name. He didn't assign you to this paragraph. You thought he was talking to you? Hey, you talking to me? This needs to be... I wish, if you're on YouTube a lot and you know JCS, Jimmy Can't Swim, psychology, criminal psychology. Guys, I know you've been like retired, but this is my plea to JCS, criminal psychology, or whatever, criminology, whatever. The Jimmy Can't Swim people. Please, dear God, for the people, for the fucking people. Please do this for the people. Please tag the... Jimmy... Oh, your neighbor Rob. 1, 2, 3, not grape. Not... 1, 2, 3, not grape. Not grape. It was you. It was... Graper says, what? Just say what, Nora? See? Ha ha ha. I win. Drop mic. Walk out. Okay. Here's my open plea to JCS criminology. Please, for the love of God, make a return to YouTube, and please, for the love of God, break down this video.
I'm not a rapist. I didn't rape anybody.
Do you think he was referring to you?
Excuse me.
Oh, you think he was referring to you? Please, JCS, Jimmy Can't Swim. Your channel has not done much, but please, for the people, do it for America, bro. I'm begging them. I'm pleading with them. 1, 2, 3, not grape. You have to say it. 1, 2, 3, not grape. Not grape. Oh my God. This is some of the greatest presidential audio we will ever get. You understand that. Like Obama had to be like, I wasn't born in Kenya. Clinton had to say I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Bush had to do mission accomplished and a bunch of other stupid things. Joe Biden just blabbled and smelt people's hair. This is the only time I think we got a president on record being like, no, not me. 1, 2, 3, grape. 1, 2, 3, not grape. Like, this is the only time I think in history where the party of conservative values, of family values, and protecting the children voted for a clear grapist. Like, this dude did the grapes. All the grapes. He did them all, man. He 100% did. Because you're not hearing your name and someone being like, let me just play this again. This is the greatest day ever.
Willing to permit a pedophile, rapist, and traitor to coat my hands with his crimes.
He's like, I didn't do any of that. Nora's like, I didn't mention you once. I didn't mention your name.
What's your reaction?
Well, I was waiting for you to read that because I knew you would, because you're horrible people. Horrible people. Yeah.
Those are the horrible people. Right. Those are the horrible people. Right. Nora reading the manifest. That's the horrible people. We got it, sir. Go on.
I did write that. I'm not a rapist. I didn't rape anybody.
Do you think he was referring to you?
Excuse me.
Yo, That is colder than anything Jimmy Kimmel and his comics could have written. Oh, you think he was referring to you? Okay. And I think Nora, that was her genuine reaction. Because if you've read the manifesto, he don't mention Trump. You know, he don't say Trump. He don't say his name. But you know, if you walk into a room and you're like, the pedo protectors are here, you know, the red hats are like, Epstein Files is so 2020, man, get out of here. And we're like, you know who's president 2020? Greatest day in history when the president is denying accusations that weren't even lobbied on. His name wasn't mentioned. Holy shit. Let me keep playing this. This is fucking unreal. You understand, no president has had to sit for a 60 Minutes interview and deny this shit before. What does that say about you, America? Whether you support him or not, like, how did we fucking get here? How did we get from Bill Clinton to be like, I did not have sexual relations, to, I'm not a, 1, 2, 3, not grape. I'm not a graper. And Norah O'Donnell's like, we didn't even, what? He didn't mention you. What? Which, by the way, he is a graper. He was found guilty against E. Jean Carroll. So, I mean, that's why it's heavy on his mind, you know, because he's got so many of these allegations. He just hears the word grape, and he's like, 1, 2, 3, not grape. Oh, look at all you motherfuckers not touching your nose. You're all guilty. I'm the one who's not guilty.
I'm not a pedophile. You read that crap from some sick person.
I wish Norah Jones was like, well, we read it in the Epstein Files. You know, the birthday card, your best friend who had all those trafficking things going on, and he went to jail, and then your other best friend, Ghislaine, went to jail. We didn't... No. We found out from you. You were the one bragging about being best friends with Epstein. Again, this is the fucking craziest fucking reality. I can't believe the president is doing this on TV. Any normal president that didn't have any of these allegations lobbied at him would be like, yeah, I wonder, we got to weed that motherfucker out of this administration. There's no tolerance for that. You know? Didn't hear his name. Heard that in the manifesto. He'd be like, yeah, we're looking into who in the administration is that guy. And we're going to get him the fuck out. You know, but this one's like, that was not me. I'm not a rapist. This is crazy.
Excuse me. I'm not a pedophile. You read...
Oh, fucking put that on the White House. Somebody spray paint that on the White House lawn. Quote, Donald Trump.
That crap from some sick person. I got associated with all stuff that has nothing to do with me. I was totally exonerated.
Wait a minute. He got associated with the birthday card he sent to Jeff Epstein and going into the New York Magazine where he said, me and Jeff Epstein have been best friends for a long time. He just likes women younger than I do. He got associated with that by no one?
Your friends on the other side of the plate.
What side of the plate? The one piece of broccoli or the one piece of chicken side of the plate?
Are the ones that were involved with, let's say, Epstein or other things. But
Let's say Epstein. This is toddler babble. This is so... He's so guilty, right? Right? I would say this is exhibit 1 in fucking guilt.
Said to myself, I'll do this interview and they'll probably, I read the manifesto, he's a sick person, but you should be ashamed of yourself reading that because I'm not any of those things.
Mr. President,
and I
these
was
are
never,
the gunman's words.
excuse me, you shouldn't be reading that on 60 Minutes. You're a disgrace, but go ahead.
You're a disgrace, but you're the gross one. You're the gross disgrace. He should have just said quiet piggy. That's the old classic. That's the one MAGA's waiting for. You know? He should have just said quiet piggy. That's all he should have said. Hold on, there's more of this interview. Let me go back to the transcript. Where else was there funny shit? This is hilarious. I can't believe anybody in America still takes this dude as a serious man. As soon as you have to start denying those kind of allegations when a court found you guilty against E.G. and Carroll, found you civilly liable of those charges, like, you shouldn't be able to vote. Let's make that the poll tax, People that still believe Donald Trump after all the fucking lies he said. Oh, man. Oh, actually, speaking of all the lies, hold on, let me play this for you, because this is kind of the point I'm getting at. And this dude is well-spoken. Well-spoken, mate.
We do have breaking news out of Washington, D.C.
No one cares. That's the real story here. Literally, no one cares. Everyone thinks this is fake. Because of course they do. Because everything is fake. Everything is spectacle and theatrics, which isn't a new thing in the world of politics and media, but the laziness and lack of seriousness with which this circus of an administration is operating has certainly made apathy a mainstream response to it. I mean, he bombed a girls' school in Iran and hasn't owned up to it yet. Of course no one cares that someone allegedly tried to off him. He teamed up with a genocidal maniac to start a war that will not only cost thousands of lives, it will also collapse the entire world economy. For no reason. Why would we care? He has rolled back every conceivable protection for the environment and keeps spreading anti-science propaganda so his friends can make a little bit more money. Why would we care about yet another half-assed assassination attempt? He has done all in his power to destroy the entire Western world order and strengthened Russia and China in the process. Oh no, someone tried to shoot the president again. Just as his poll numbers are tanking. Oh no, what a coincidence. Everything he touches, everyone he surrounds himself with, are fake. Fake lips, fake tits, fake gold, fake pools, fake Bible verses, for crying out loud. False promises to voters, false prophets in his cabinet, false flags for the cameras, and if I may say so, a somewhat subpar acting from the cast this time.
Oh, there's the Erica Clerk. Erica Clerk. I think that's J.D. Vance's mistress. I don't know. Yeah, so that dude, hold on. I want to play this one part where he starts pushing, where Donald Trump really starts pushing for, by the way, photo of J.D. Vance. That's such a great, holding his champagne. Hold on. What was it at? 17 minutes? I was trying to make little notes. Oh no, 17 minutes is when the president said he should that the NFL should hire Cole Allen. Yes, the president did say. He was like, he was so fast. The NFL should look into hiring that guy. That's how you know he's taking it very serious. That he's like, hold on. I want to find the 18 trillion that he's pumping, that you hear MAGA probably pumping. Where's the 18 trillion? 18 trillion. Come on. Where's the ballroom? 18 trillion. No, that's where he's talking about. Here we go. Here it is. Is that 28 minutes? My bad. 28 minutes at the 60 minutes overtime extended interview. Link in the description if you want to watch it. Same with the Jimmy Kimmel thing. Link in the description.
Last night,
As an example, investments in our country for 4 years, less than $1 trillion under Biden. In 11 months, $18 trillion under Trump. Now, most people are happy about that, but some people are really angry about it. You know why? Because it means we should be around for a long time, and they don't want that to happen.
last night you had very much a tone of unity when you were in the White House press briefing room.
I think so, yeah. I think I really felt very calm. I feel very calm, and I feel very calm right now, other than a couple of your questions, which are meant to antagonize and totally inappropriate.
Right, here it is.
I feel very calm. I thought last night was a very important thing to do, and people have said,
Last night,
as an example, investments in our country for 4 years, less than $1 trillion under Biden. In 11 months, $18 trillion under Trump.
No, again, this is what I'm talking about. He just uses these moments to spew nonsense at you, and I just quickly wanted to research, what is this $18 trillion number? What is this? What is he talking about? Investments? Has anybody felt like other countries are investing 18 trillion over the last 11 months? A simple thing, right? If it was that much, you would see, I don't know, not what's happening in America, right? Because that's a lot of money. It's so much money. It's where does it say? As big as China's GDP in an entire year. Where'd it come from? Where's it gone? And if you're wondering where I got this internet article, it's the Cato Institute. Tucker Carlson, he's a Cato Institute alumni. A lot of these right-wing grifters are. So the Cato Institute is not somebody who I fucking like at all. But they're even going like, this is bullshit. And this is an old article. This is from months ago, man. So you could just look up, just go, Trump's $18 million claim. MAGA. You could do this into Google. You're going to be hard-pressed to find something where they're like, oh yeah, in 11 months we got the GDP of China invested into us. You know, that's what he's saying. Just out in the open. Again.
Last night,
As an example, investments in our country for 4 years, less than $1 trillion under Biden. In 11 months, $18 trillion under Trump.
Now, is he talking about tariffs? I don't know. I don't know. He's claiming that 18 trillion sunken into investments in America. And if it's the tariffs, we know what that was. That was corporations double dipping and Howard Nutlick getting his sons to fucking bet on it. Which is not a people. But it's amazing that, you know, when he's talking about this, I'm not going to play the whole thing. But when he's talking about why people would want to do that, and he's like, I don't know, because they don't like that we're getting 18 trillion. Why doesn't he talk about how beef, like RFK Jr. said? Why does he talk about beef going down 1%?
Beef has dropped by 1%.
You know, why isn't he like, people don't like when beef were going down 1%? They don't like low gas prices. Why doesn't, when Donald Trump is trying to do his propaganda, why is he talking about this magical 18 trillion that's been invested? Although all we've seen is layoffs and closures and worse fucking numbers for the economy, or the people in the economy, not the stock market. It's amazing that he sticks to old reliable, old 18 trillion, where people are like, I don't know, that's a pretty big number. Should we just fact check that real quick? Oh, you can, and you'll find out that even the Cato Institute is like, this is fucking bullshit, man. Again, this is the Cato Institute's fucking website where they're not reliably for the working class. Not. But even they're like, yo, this is fucking crazy, man. If JFK had a ballroom, he still might be with us. And that's what this was all about. You know, that's why he went on 60 Minutes. He needed to further the cause, you know. Ooh, by the way, let me show you this. But if you're wondering, you know, wow, all the right-wing grifters that get paid to tweet, all coordinated, coincidentally, just happen to think the same thought at the same time. Interesting. Nothing suspect here. Where's the ballroom talk? It's so funny. Where's the ballroom? Oh, this one.
And why do you think that is? Why do you think that the tone
People
changed?
came together, Democrats that truly can't stand me were saying, sir, could I just shake your hand? I mean, I'm leaving and I'm seeing people, you know, high-level people, and they're saying, sir, great job. Sir, could I, one of them, I don't want to, you probably have it on tape someplace, one of them said, could I hug you? The big politician on the other side. I mean, look, it's a pretty quick drive. It's not very far away. But think of it, the security of having this really perfect facility built at the highest.
Mind you, a judge just ixnay the ballroom ray. You know, the judge said, no, you're not doing this ballroom. There's a lot of processes you need to go through before you can just destroy the White House. Any MAGA that is here Why? How'd you get here? But number two, let me just point out that if you're going to call people who want healthcare, housing, and food for the workers of this country, the citizenry, radical, what are your thoughts on someone just demolishing part of the White House? That's what he did to start this ballroom. He didn't ask. He just smashed things. And then a lot of people got angry and said, like, hey, man, you need to go through a process. You can't just destroy the White House because you're the king. I know he denies being a king, but his actions say otherwise.
Highest security levels on the grounds where you're not taking, I'm talking about any president. By the way, other presidents would use the ballroom a lot more than me. I'm going to have 4 or 5 months left, but other presidents will be having the that tremendous asset is going to be so great. But outside of that, it's dangerous. You need tremendous that you could never build. You can't have thousands of rooms on top of a ballroom and have security, real security. Now, with that being said, I hope they do this event again, and I hope they do it again soon.
You notice he said, you can't have thousands of rooms on top of the ballroom. That's what I was trying to find when he said, hold on. Let me see if I can find it. He talks, the reason I wanted you to hear that, because it's so fucking crazy, because he says that I was going to put sweets, he goes, and we were maybe going to have sweets on top of the ballroom, but then I was like, no, we're not going to do that. And it sounded like he was trying to turn this Epstein Memorial Ballroom into a Trump hotel. That's why he said, you could have thousands of suites on top of that, but we're not going to do that. We're not doing that. We're not going to turn it into a hotel. Where the fuck was that? Oh my God. Please, please, please. It's so crazy when he basically admits, just like I'm not a graper. And he's like, I'm not going to put hotel rooms on top of the White House ballroom. No way. Wouldn't be doing that. Oh, there's the 18 trillion. $18 trillion. Come on, where's the ballroom talk? I should have wrote this stuff down. This interview is just a mess. Donald Trump is, it's like a toddler, fucking had dementia and fetal alcohol syndrome. I'm not a pedophile. It's so funny. It's so fucking crazy. And it's so crazy how much he talks about this. Look. Hold on.
They go after consequential presidents. They go after presidents that do things. If you look at what I've done, we've turned this country around. We've taken a country that was actually a dead country.
How come he always says we've turned the country around? It's so hot right now. And he doesn't talk about what is the hot thing? Beef down 1%, which it's not. RFK Jr. tried to claim. What are the hot things? The gas prices? A hole in our wallet? What are the hot things? Why does he just use generic fucking abstract concepts? Well, maybe because that speaks to MAGA. They don't need to list anything. Everything is much, much more horrible. All because he's deregulated and let the fucking tech oligarchs just have run train on the people.
It was dying very rapidly, and it's the hottest country anywhere in the world. We had a skirmish, a war, whatever you want to call it, with Venezuela. We won that very decisively.
Wait, did we have a war with Venezuela? Did I miss that one? I didn't know we had a war with Venezuela. I know we kidnapped their president, and then Donald Trump is technically the president of Venezuela, like he claimed.
And we now have a great relationship with Venezuela. It's been a very profitable relationship, and we're in Iran right now. Other presidents should have done it, but they never chose to do it. They should have. They made a terrible mistake by not doing it. It's tougher now than it would have been 10 years ago or even 5 years ago, because they had thousands and thousands of missiles and everything else. If we didn't do the B-2 bomber attack, that alone was a big deal. The killing of Soleimani, which I did in my first term, was a big deal. But when you're consequential, when you do things, a lot of things, and things that work out very well for our country, Abraham Lincoln was assassinated. McKinley was assassinated. McKinley made the country very rich. People don't realize that. Then Teddy Roosevelt went out and spent the money that was made by McKinley, but he was very consequential. Well,
this is the other funny part where he's like, he says the press and the Democrats are the same.
Look, for whatever reason, we disagree on a lot of subjects. We talk about crime. I'm very strong on crime. It seems like the press isn't.
The press isn't strong on crime. You know, the press who, if it bleeds, it leads. You know, they're not strong on crime, man. They're notoriously, the press is like, you should just let, well, I would say what kind of crime? Is it white collar? Because, yeah, they are notoriously soft on that. Okay, I've had enough of Donald Trump. Let's hear, how did Dana White do on Saturday night?
I didn't get down. It was fucking awesome.
All right, good. Dana White's still feeling good about the whole thing. Okay, here is Elon Musk's sea dumpster telling us about this.
So last week I told you guys that all of MAGA is paid and they coordinate their messaging in lockstep via group chats. And what do you know? All of these people came to the conclusion that after they saw what happened at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, their first thought was all independently, Trump needs his ballroom. The statistical likelihood of this happening in a vacuum, if we are to stipulate that these people are not coordinated, the statistical likelihood of this happening, that they all came to the same conclusion, not probable, okay?
Oh shit, you can hear Elon Musk's baby crying in the background. I never realized that. Aw. Oh, you have a horrible father. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Money can't provide for the hole in your heart that you're going to grow up with. I'm very sorry, little baby. Oh man, that makes me sad. That makes me very sad. While his mother's telling you about the right-wing griftosphere that all got paid to push for a ballroom, they were like, man, if we had just had a ballroom, JFK'd still be alive. They would have never done that to Honest Dave. Jesus Christ, Dr. Christ would have been here. You know, oh, if we just had that ballroom. You know, when somebody's pushing the shit that hard. I mean, I get it. She was in the inner circles of making test tube babies. I don't know. She was in the MAGA grifter fear so much that Elon Musk was like, I will mail you a package and impregnate you. Because he's awkward, you know. He's awkward. There's no way he actually physically got with any of these women. I just don't believe it. So I get why she's making the video, but listen closely. Listen to Elon Musk's baby. He's abandoned his boy. He's abandoned his child. Great movie. Great movie.
Coordinated. The statistical likelihood of this happening, that they all came to the same conclusion, not probable.
Oh, did you hear? Did you hear Elon's baby crying? I'm sorry. I'm distracted from the grifting that these well-paid assfluencers are doing to, you know, rednecks and not rednecks, country bumpkins, the hillbillies allegedly in the middle of the country. I'm so distracted because that is Elon Musk's baby crying in the background because his dad abandoned him. His dad has all the money in the world to fly to all 15 kids' houses and fucking be there and be like, I'm rich, you want to go to Disney World? Like the simple things in life that could make these children fucking feel secure, feel safe, you know, just a dad's presence. And instead, while the dad is, who fucking knows, selling your social security fucking info to Russia on the dark web, His mom is like, this was a coordinated attack. I know the inner workings. And we got to listen to that baby cry. That fucking breaks my heart, man.
The statistical likelihood of this happening in a vacuum, if we are to stipulate that these people are not coordinated, the statistical likelihood of this happening, that they all came to the same conclusion, not probable, okay? I think it's also important to note that one of the main group chats in which they coordinate this messaging is literally called Fight, Fight, Fight after the attempt on Trump's life in Butler. Okay, and this has the official Trump war room, members of the administration, including James Blair, and all your favorite MAGA influencers. And I would log on and show you more of these messages, but I can't log on to Twitter because they're suing me for $75,000.
Oh, what do we learn? What's her name? Ashley Grimes St. Clair? What did we learn, Grimes? You don't have a baby with a grifter. Don't have a baby with a trillionaire grifter. We know you thought that was your money bag, but look at what happens when you have infinite money and fucking the government to work for you. You get sued for 75. I didn't know she was getting sued for 75,000. How's that working out? How's that? Hopefully he's paying the baby alimony or whatever you're getting. Yeah, so that's a dumb bitch. She needed some parents to be. You know what? I think the biggest problem is what Erica Kirk said. No, that when she was crying in front of that camera saying, I just want to go home. The real problem in America is, where are the fathers? You know, if Ashley St. Madison, Jermaine Grimes Claire had only had a dad in her life, maybe the dad would have been like, you're having a baby with who? With the Sig Heil guy? With the modern day gremlin? What was that? The modern day Pinto? With the exploding cyber Pinto? You're having a baby with that guy? No. You're grounded. We're taking your internet. I don't care if you're 20. Get the fuck out of this house. You know, like, she needs a dad. She needs a dad to give her some tough love. Like, you are a stupid dummy. And I'm regretting raising you a stupid dummy to have a baby by a guy who's abandoned his boy, abandoned his child. That's Elon Musk's MO. If Ashley didn't know that, she should have just followed Grimes on Twitter. These are real stories. You can look this up. Ashley, if you wanted to know how good of a dad Elon was or wasn't, you follow Grimes on Twitter. And when Grimes is going, I'm trying to connect with you here because you've shut off your phone and not answering and our kid is having a medical emergency, that's a telltale sign. Like, all the money in the world, probably multiple cell phones, probably a bunch of email accounts, and she's reaching out on a public forum that he owns to be like, the kid's having a medical emergency, could you please help? Why are you not picking up the phone? I would say horrible dad. It's weird. Erica Kirk, Charlie Kirk's housewife, sister wife, I don't know what she was. She's not directing her anger at Elon Musk for abandoning his children.
Statistical likelihood of this happening, that they all came to the same conclusion, no.
Oh my God. Somebody clip that and send it to Elon. No, I'm just kidding. He has no soul. So yeah, that's this dumb broad. What's up, Binary Ghost? Thanks for the $5 super chat. Right-wing conspiracy, turning frogs gay. Left-wing conspiracy, these tweets are coordinated. Come on, lefties, you gotta do better. Jazz it up. I know. These, okay. I've done you one better. These are all gay frogs. Tweeting. Alex Jones was correct. The frogs are gay. You see Mike Cernovich? I fucking hate him. I picked fights with him a long time ago, and the poor little man sent his little Twitter army after me, and I was like, fuck you. And then I was like, I haven't heard from Cernovich in a while, and I went and looked, and he blocked me. He blocked me. My small 6,000 follower account fucking scared off this million fucking 100,000 fucking account who's getting paid to shill fucking shit. Remember when he had the Epstein files? Remember when he did the photo op with Epstein Files Part 1 and the folders looked empty? Because we all know there's millions and millions of pieces of paper that the regime is still fucking illegally withholding from us. Well, you don't hear too much from Mike Cernovich. And it's too bad, because he is bitch made in the worst way. You know? He wrote some, like, guerrilla mindset before Joe Rogan became, you know, the #1 guerrilla knuckle-dragging, thought-provoking leader of the modern day here in the year of our Lord 2026. Cernovich was kind of taking the less fucking traveled path forward, and he wrote a book about how, like, when he was little, his dad said, stop being a pussy and take karate, and he took karate, and now he's a man's man. But I think he's gay. I think he's in the closet homo. I've always thought that about Chernovich. Chernovich. I think that's his name. And listen, I support him. If you're gay and your wife is your beard, bro, you're loved by all. In the land of the free, be free. You know, free to be who you want to be. I'm just saying, looks like he's got a little sugar in the tank, a little light in the loafers, deep knee bends in the pickle patch. You know what I mean? And we all know he's a traitor to the country who will fucking take money to pump propaganda into the people, which I stand against that. I stand against that bullshit. If you're going to do propaganda, be like, every human deserves a home and food and healthcare. Not every president deserves his fucking ballroom. If JFK had a ballroom, fucking November 2nd, 1963 would have never happened. The fucking grassy knoll would have been stopped. Cernovich, you bitch made. You bitch made. Nick Searshebach? Nick Shirley. Nick Sears. Nick, I have Velcro shoes. He blocked you? That's awesome, Gensley Report. Everybody go follow him. That's fucking amazing. I've been blocked by Turnabitch, and Joel Osteen. Those are the two motherfuckers that didn't like what I had to say, and I wasn't being mean. It was just like, you're grifters. One of them are using Jesus, and the other one's using bullshit. You know? Like, I don't know why you're so sensitive to that, and why you would send, like, Cernovich. Joel Osteen just blocked me right out, and I found out because I was following him, and when he would tweet, I would tweet. This is what Jesus actually said. And he didn't like that. Joel was decent about it. He didn't send his little 100,000 army of Twitter bots to follow me. Cernovich would fucking send his people for me. Cernovich wanted me to know he had a bot army that was thirsty for fucking some people who cared about others. You know, none of that bullshit unless we could profit off it. By the way, I don't take any corporate money. I have no sponsors on the show. I'm supported by you. So if you want, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. We're fighting the good fight, motherfuckers. That's what we're doing. And there's not a lot of money in this, and I'm okay with that. I feel like that makes me more trustable, you know? When this guy fucking tweets from his high ivory tower, that's what I didn't get about Donald Trump. I'm like, the dude grew up in a fucking skyscraper bragging about a golden toilet. Okay? Are you from a real estate empire where your daddy gave you all the money? Well, didn't give it to you, but you stole it from the other inheritance? You know? Like, how the fuck does that guy know what the price of groceries is? I can tell you, because I know what I have to put back every time I go to the grocery store. I'm like, wow, that got more expensive. I guess we're not having that anymore. Okay, we're down to one meal a day, folks. You know, that's some trustworthy shit. Those are the people that I'm like, all right, you get it, man. And whatever differences we have, like I was trying to teach people yesterday, whatever differences we may have, culturally, religiously, politically, we all, at the end of the day, like the great Anthony Bourdain told us, we just want a roof over our head, a fucking good meal to eat, and a fucking nice place to fucking watch a movie with loved ones at the end of the day. That's what anybody fucking wants. Not these greed fucking panthers, you know, not panthers, greed fucking vermin. These greed vermin, these motherfuckers just want the power. That's the only thing that makes their shallow, hollow fucking hearts fucking feel okay about who they became as adults. That's it. I'm not going to read his book, but I know his dad's advice was like, take karate, and I'm guessing the next thing his dad said was, oh, I'm going out for cigarettes, I'll be back soon. You know, because all of these motherfuckers have the same fucking incessant fucking need for greed and need for power, that it just says they all have a hole in their heart, which only a father could have filled. Not in an Epstein way. Not in an Epstein way. I know the president's out here saying he's not a pedo, so I gotta clarify now. Jesus. Because we know some of these guys' charges are not good. I want a puppy too. Well, that's true. That's true. And everybody should be able to afford a puppy. I mean, is that fucking radical? That if you want a puppy, you should be able to have a fucking puppy? Life's better with a puppy. You know, like, that's not a radical thing. And here we are fighting about, like, gas is too expensive to get to work. You know, like, I agree with that. Thank you, Smoknblondie. We do need Mr. Rogers, Bob Ross, Steve Irwin. Yeah, all the people. What day is Jesus coming back? You'll never know. He said like a thief in the night, Emma B. And then he's like, you think if people knew when a thief was coming, it would be a thief, you know? So go read the Bible, Emma B. You need to. Oh, Emma, are you talking to Tom Hawk? I guess that's Tony Hawk's religious cousin. Jesus is coming very soon. Anytime someone tells you that, okay, here's some life advice. Anytime someone tells you Jesus is coming very soon, just get ready, because it's a cult pitch. They want to sell you some colloidal silver or a fucking ready-to-eat meal in a fucking vacuum-sealed tub. Like, fuck you, dude. Tom Hawk, your cousin's cool, Tony, but you suck, and this is why no one knows of you, because you saying bullshit like Jesus is coming soon. Jesus fucking states it in the Bible. The end of times will come like a thief in the night. And do you think the homeowner knows when a thief is showing up? No. So shut up. Emma B. I'm going to go study up on the Bible, but first I'm going to go read some Homer plays and learn some more about Loki, Hela, and Thor. All very important. I agree. I love mythology. Zombie Jesus, here he is. There will be signs, but nobody knows what the signs are or the day or the hour. Yeah, 100%, man. David Attenborough, too. He's alive, man. He's alive. Sheldon's like, man, rest in peace. We need David Attenborough. I'm pretty sure he's got a new show. No. Odin promised no more ice giants. Do you see any? Well, that's a convincing argument. Although with these times, I wouldn't be shocked if forecasts called for fucking ice giants. Shelvit, he is still alive. Oh, Shelvit's like, and you know who else, man? We really need some more Miss Rachel, David Attenborough, Zach Galifianakis. I love you, Shelvin. I'm just busting your balls, man. Odin is a god of tyranny. Ragnarok is upon us. He is like 95. Attenborough is good. He's good, man. Now, just imagine if what he would sound like sucking in helium. That's the YouTube only TV show I'm gonna do. I get David Attenborough and I hook him up to a helium pump, and I go, okay, now read this, dude. Do Vikings pay reparations to England? No. Vikings don't do shit unless they want to. Ooh, that's what we should start. We should start a Viking party. I would be in on that. I would be in on the Viking party. That's what we should do. That's a good one. Food, shelter, and love. 100%. And Jeffrey, I'm labeled a radical because I want everybody to have food, shelter, and love. Speaking of that, let's go through. I didn't get to go through news. My apologies. Oh, did you guys see this? Yeah. Wow. Looks like no ballroom. Okay. What do we got here? Oh. This is all about the MAGA influencers and the story. There's a story of a right-wing conspiracy that they like to call grassroots energy. Melania. What else? This is what I talk about all the time. You're called radical because you want America to be fucking up here in health, in life expectancy, and how much... Look at this. Trump does a lot of things I hate, but you know what he doesn't do? Promote political violence against his enemies. I love these people because you see them in my chat too. And then you're like, I don't know, here's a counterpoint. He calls for executions, celebrating the deaths of people he didn't like, promoting political violence or small matter of January 6th and pardons for violent felons. You know, Like, this is the thing that I keep trying to teach MAGA. It's like, guys, there's a lot of shit on the internet that you could simply look up. So when you start to be like, Donald Trump does a lot of things I don't like, but at least he doesn't say quiet piggy. He couldn't have said that specific thing. There's no way that he ever said quiet piggy. If he had said that, then I'd see what you guys are talking about. And you're like, you not know how the internet works? You know what I mean? Oh, fuck. These people are so stupid. That's the problem with MAGA. They think other people are at their fucking intelligence lower. They think they're like, you know, really as stupid as they are. So MAGA's like, I'm just going to say some shit just like the president says, and I don't know how to Google or look shit up, so I just believe it. Oh, this just in. Kalshi, you know, the illegal betting mark that everyone's like betting on, you know, the weather and losing all their money, which was a fascinating thing. I'll try to play the audio or we'll go through it tomorrow, because Warren Buffett was out here breaking down how these polymarket Kalshi betting sites are just robbing the people. They're just robbing people. But that's all part of the plan. Why would housing prices continue to rise if you're deporting undocumented immigrants? I was told that they're the reason prices are high. They're not. There's 25 empty homes for every homeless person. We could totally house everybody, but scarcity demands higher prices. Scarcity is the thing with our food, our water, our electricity, our oil, housing. It's what capitalism demands. That's why they throw away perfectly good food at the end of every night. So people have to keep paying high prices. Elon Musk's fortune could pay the salary of every public school teacher in the country for 3 years. But keep defending him, guys. For those who are like, no, he shouldn't be taxed. Like, keep defending that. That's a good point. That won't prove fucking absolutely heinous in history's hindsight. The Trump administration gave a secret no-bid contract to the firm building the White House ballroom after inflating its value 3 times. This time, the government pays, not private donors. So when you hear somebody saying, "Oh, don't worry, we're not paying for it," no, we are. We are. You think they would ever spend their own money on anything? This is an important one. Graham Plattner, whatever you think about him, he's got the right enemies. Okay. Because what is it? Blackstone CEO Steven Schwarzman and Palantir's Alex Karp are paying $2 million to advertise against him, which I saw the ad. It's just a joke. They're like, Graham has a Nazi tattoo. You know, it's like, I don't know. Elon Musk was Sig Heiling. Donald Trump told the Nazi boys to stand back and stand by. I'm like, is that even like a thing in America anymore? I'm pretty sure like they're out every weekend in the fucking summer sun. But that's like the ad that they came up with. So this guy's got the right enemies, and I always pay attention to that. You know, if you got Alex Karp funding money against you, he doesn't want you in office, that makes me think you should be in office. When people say, oh, Donald Trump doesn't advocate for any violence, here's some tweets. Some tweets he sent. And this is all of them after that very traumatic event, just cracking wise at the immediately set up press conference after that White House event. So, supply is artificially controlled using scarcity. Housing sit to rot, not lived in because it jacks the prices of housing up. Toxic Audrey. Love it. You get it. Hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. And then gaslit about it. Your neighbor. Yeah. I'm worried Graham may be another Fetterman. Very valid point. Very valid point. And I guess that's a risk you got to take in capitalism, you know. But here's one thing. When I started catching wind of this dude, because I got some family up in Maine, and they were like, check this guy out. The thing is after him being a vet, he was just doing some bullshit. He was like shrimping. He was like bubblegum shrimping or something. And the thing for me is anybody that can come from like AOC, come from that working class background. I mean, really like a working class background, not like fucking Mark Paul Gosselaar, the plumber who Donald Trump just appointed, who's, you know, always been a facade anyways, just a right-wing shill. People who didn't get like their company handed to them by their parents or whatever, understands what's going on right now. That's like a baseline for me. If people are struggling, paying for food, gas, and rent, those people, whether their beliefs are all fucked up or not, can be reached, you know? I think once you get to the core with them and you're like, hey man, we're all trying to, you got to stop seeing in black and white. And you got to start understanding that this is like a fucking top versus bottom, and you need to be a power bottom. Already subbed, my man. Appreciate you. Much love. All right, what else we got? Oh, this is the fucking thing, man. Today, I'm just going to play a little bit of this. Just a teensy teensy bit. Just a wee bit of this. Because this is important.
We're all taught in school to believe that we live in a republic, a representative republic, where we elect officials and they represent our interests, and that's the way the U.S. government works. But what if I told you that tomorrow I'm going to be at the Supreme Court, where our government is proving in real time for all of us that we actually live in a corporatocracy? That's right. Tomorrow at the Supreme Court, we're all going to get to see how we've become a society or system that is governed or controlled by corporations. Now, if you were to look up corporatocracy in a written dictionary and it had a photograph, it would look exactly like this. That's right. Corporatocracy's name, at least tomorrow, is Sarah M. Harris. Sarah M. Harris. See, she's going to be arguing on behalf of Bayer Monsanto at the Supreme Court. The problem is, she's not being paid by Bayer Monsanto to argue on behalf of Bayer Monsanto tomorrow. No, she's being paid by you. And you're probably wondering, well, how am I paying Sarah Harris to argue on behalf of Bayer Monsanto tomorrow morning? And that is the $2.1 million a year question that I'm going to give you the answer to right now. You see, a few years ago, Sarah got the dream job. She became a clerk for Justice Clarence Thomas, who once upon a time was the attorney for Bayer Monsanto. Just after clerking, she got a...
So, real quick, the whole Donald Trump, people that still think Donald Trump gives a shit about you, or I think they might be a lost cause. Them affording rent, groceries, they've mimicked their entire being after worshiping Donald Trump. That's what they've molded themselves to just abide by whatever he says. They're very subservient humans. And what you got to understand is Donald Trump invoked the Defense Production Act of 1950, a wartime act, and it shields manufacturers from being sued. And now we got people in our government that we are paying with our tax dollars to go and argue today for Monsanto, not for the people. So Monsanto cannot be sued when they're using this known cancer-causing glyphosate that RFK Jr. once hailed as dangerous and shouldn't be made anymore. But now you got him and the president, you know, invoking this act so they can make more of it and protect the companies. And then it goes into how they're all tied, how Blondie was tied to all these people that were funding money to Donald Trump as well, that they worked with Monsanto and they're all partnered in it. And the United States Supreme Court will hear Monsanto versus Durnell to whether Bayer can be sued from getting cancer from Roundup. I mean, this is very serious, very scary. This is like a Citizens United fucking case. And there's MAGA that just don't give a shit, you know, because Donald Trump promised he loved them. He did that with 3 of his wives and cheated on all of them. Some of them I'm imagining with children, and at least we know one of them with a porn star. So if you think when he says he loves you, it means something, he told these women, till death do us part, and it didn't fucking matter. And this was that lady, if you want to go find her. But it's all irrelevant. All they don't really care about us. Little D, New Jersey, good to see you, man. Every time somebody says they don't care about us, I hear the Michael Jackson song. All I really want to say is that they don't really care about us. Great video, too. Great story behind the video with Spike Lee. The challenge is finding them on what little public land there is. One thing I hate about that side of the country. Me too. Okay, good. I'm not the only one. All I really want to say is that they don't really care about us. This is an Agent Orange issue too. Yeah, fuck Monsanto. But it baffles me to no end how these maggots and the Mahas, the Make America Homos Again. That wasn't it. What was it? Make America Hepatitis B Again. What does MAHA stand for? Make America Henchmen Again. Make all of us happy about adultery. I don't remember what MAHA stood for. It was something about raw milk. You know, RFK, that was like his bumper sticker that he sold to these fucking moron yoga moms in fucking West Oklahoma. And they were like, oh yeah, I totally trust that rich guy who was cutting penises off raccoons. That's my guy. That's the healthy guy. I bet that has fucking magical properties. I wonder if he could powder it and sell it to me as a fucking elixir. Whatever MAHA stands for. It doesn't matter. Bro Chacho. Healthy? I don't think it's healthy. There's no way it's healthy, and they're telling you to drink raw milk and get measles, you know? I mean, I know the words might say make America healthy again, but it just, you know, those are just words. And I always think of the great prophet DMX, who said, talk is cheap, motherfuckers. And their actions just aren't aligning with that. You know, why would they go and argue to defend Monsanto against the people if they wanted to make America healthy? Why would RFK Jr. say glyphosate or whatever the fuck it's called? Why would he say you can't do any more of that? And then Donald Trump was like, we're doing all of it. We're doing a wartime fucking action to make so much of it and protect the companies from getting sued if the citizens get cancer. Like, you only don't hope, because we don't have healthcare in this country, you only don't hope that these people that voted for Trump are living in the Monsanto glyphosate regions where they're going to get fucking sprayed from the air of this shit and get cancer, and then in 5 years be like, oh, goddamn gay frogs. Alex Jones was right. Those gay frogs made me have cancer. You know, they're probably that stupid, but in all reality, you can only hope they don't have to get cancer to be like, oh, votes have consequences. Elections have consequences. I'm having the health I voted for. You can only hope. You know what I mean? That's all you can hope. That it doesn't have to happen to them for them to wake the fuck up. But unfortunately, what we've seen is that until it happens to them, they don't give a fuck. And I would encourage you to not live that way. I don't live that way. You shouldn't live that way either. It's fucking horrific. We live in communities, man. Hemorrhoids. That's it, Smoking Blondie. Make America hemorrhoids again. Thank you. That was what it was. Can we talk about Trump's magic healing ear? That's all you need to know. It's magic. I think RFK Jr. gave him some raccoon penis powder, and he rubbed it on there every day for a week, and the ear grew back. Thank you, Eon Times 1. That's all it was. You guys didn't know that? It was dead sperm whale, raccoon penis, and grizzly bear powdered. It's like that shop in Gremlins. Remember in the beginning of Gremlins when the dad goes to get the mogwai, and it's this like ancient Chinese secret shop underneath this building down this dark alley. You guys didn't know this, but RFK Jr. was running that shop. He was in the back at the time. He was crushing up the raccoon penis and the sperm whale and the grizzly bear, and he was turning them into a fine elixir dust. So that's the heal all. They're topical-ish. In terms of taste. That's why his voice is the way it is. He was eating that raccoon penis elixir dust like a goddamn pixie stick. He's just chugging it. The enemy in this class war. This is a class war. And if you're too stupid to know that, you know what I mean? Like, you might be in the way. You might be in the way. If you can't see that we are being ravaged, pillaged, and raided like the goddamn fucking elites were Vikings, and you can't see that. No, I'm not a reverend in the Catholic Church. I was laughed out of the Catholic Church. I'm an ordained reverend in the Radical Church of Radical Communion. Such a bunch of bumblefucks we have in power right now. Thank you, Christine. I like that. Bumblefucks. It's just a lot of bumblefucks. Alright, guys. That's it for me. He has hot dogs in his throat. I heard when he eats, it's like throwing a hot dog down a hallway. No gag reflex. Never mind deep knee bends in the pickle patch. That dude's doing no gag reflex. Fucking, you know those, remember when Joe Rogan was doing the neck exercise thing? Where he's like, oh yeah, you got a really chiseled chin. He's doing those in the pickle patch. You mean wieners. Legalization of forever chemicals or PFAs on farmland for crops and veggies way worse than glyphosate. Yeah. But I mean, Bayer is now Monsanto, and Monsanto is Bayer. Yeah. I just call him Monsanto because that was when I was growing up. You know, that was the term we used. It's interchangeable. They're all asshats. They're all here to poison you for money. You know, that's the craziest part, is like the guy who this Supreme Court suit is against, which Donald Trump and his regime entered a statement backing up Monsanto, Bayer, which is a German company. It's crazy to think that guy potentially, I don't read the suit and I'm not going to, but it's just crazy. But this is how America works. It's crazy to think that guy probably bought Roundup. He bought a chemical to give him cancer. And now he's just trying to say like, hey man, you gave me cancer and I didn't know. I thought this was safe to spray on the weeds. You know what I mean? Like, it's so crazy to think people in America, never mind paying their taxes to get access to healthcare, they're paying corporations to get cancer. That's fucking bananas to me. And you can't even get everybody on the same page to be like, hey guys, this should be like a thing where we don't do. You know? People shouldn't be going to the fucking store to buy cancer Roundup. Round the cancer up. You know what I mean? Like, that seems like an easy gimme. And if we're divided on that and you're on the side of the corporations, fuck you to the full extent of the pickle patch. What influencers would you recommend? Go listen to Hassan, man. Valenti VODs, Hassan. Some more news is great satirical stuff. What's her name? Sheila Zolnor. She's amazing. Who else? I don't know. I don't get much time to chime into the influencer world. But Hassan is, you know, is a well-educated dude who fucking, I feel like, cares about the direction this country is going. And definitely, when the Democrats and the Republicans are attacking him, again, judge people by their enemies, you know? Like, when MAGA comes in here and tells me, get a job, you're just talking. Like, I pride myself on that. These people fucking hate me for speaking this truth, for showing you guys what the fuck's going on, for saying, you don't have to subscribe to the system, we can do it a whole different way. Go look through our history, how America became America. And the fights that we've had to stand up to bullies and tyrants and racists and all the different lot of people through our timeline and how it's done. And judge them by their enemies too. You know, when you see those pictures of fucking the little black girls walking to school and those white grown-up Dallas Cowboy owning Jerry Joneses, he's in the background, one of those photos too, I showed it to you, screaming racial slurs at those kids for just wanting to get an education. They were on the wrong side of history. We should have fucking smoked them out and embarrassed them all. None of them should be able to be hired nowadays, you know what I mean? Unless they've proven through action that they are reformed. I don't know where I was going with that. I'm sorry, I'm tired. But yeah. And then, yeah, like and subscribe to here. Thank you. And become a member. So this can be Rob's only job, yes. So I could stop working 3 jobs just to fucking have a place to come home, do this live stream, and sleep. And then go back to a goddamn job. This is not the... And I don't care what fucking persuasion of fucking political religion you're in. I just don't fucking care. I'd like to think at the end of the day, the American dream isn't to work 3 jobs and barely afford food and rent. I think that's like every worker's goal. And there's only certain people who are hoarding the wealth from us, and there's only certain people who have kept wages stagnant. And yes, through Congress, they kept the minimum wage locked at $7.25 since 2009. That's almost 2 decades ago. But why do you think? Why do you think Congress gave themselves cost of living raises twice in the past few years? when they make over 126,000 a year, and we haven't. Why? Because who are they funded by? Whose interest does it serve? It serves all your corporate masters that when you drive by the strip malls and the fucking no more mom and pop shops and it's all the corporate fucking Amazon, Kohl's, Target, CVS. It serves them to keep the wages fucking kept down. So they can look like a hero if they come in and offer $10, you know? But really, our money's worth shit. We're all in this because nobody's getting paid enough. And even if you're making six figures, you're underpaid. You're underpaid. We're not coming for you. You're not one of the elites. You're underpaid too. Fuck. Hate that I gotta explain that. What's up, Gracie Gypsy? Good to see you. Wait, hold on. Dylan says, wait, Rob, did you mean Mehdi Hassan or Hassan Piker? I thought I specified Hassan Piker. The Hassan with one S. Oh, and go check out Smoking Blondie. She's an artist. Go hit subscribe. She makes class war music. It's amazing. Your grandma wants you to hit that like button. That's right. My grandma's coming back from the grave to say, hit that like button. She makes banger music, 100%. Happy Monday, everybody. Is it Monday? Okay, thank you. And Shelvit makes music too. Original music. Go support independent virtual artists. Love it. I lost respect for him after his gaming streams. That's not true. He doesn't do gaming streams. He's done like one gaming stream. Come on, man. Come on, man. You can't play that game with me. You should go check him out. He'll open your eyes to some things that maybe you didn't know. And anybody who can do that in a factual-based, historical way is good for your brain. All right, guys. I gotta go. Much love. Peace.